What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined by my dad, Sean, and today reactions to the classics. We are continuing our series of top 5 albums by year draft. We're up to 1977, Dad, a loaded year, I think, as we're going to get into this list, and man, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think the top of it's very loaded. If you don't know how we do this, first time join us. We put these up once a week. Every Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time, they debut. We're going all the way through 2021. So we'll be here for a while and go back and catch the other ones if you've missed them. But a couple things. We want to know who you think won. So be listening along, and when you want to type Sean in the comments afterwards, S-H-A-W, but I'll accept any spelling. Also, we do this snake draft style. I got the first pick this year. Mm-hmm. He's got 2 and 3. I got 4 and 5, and so on, Trey. So let's go ahead and jump into it. My number 1 was easy.
Yeah, I think it would be the majority of people's one.
Fleetwood Mac, Rumours. Not just because it sold 40 million copies. It's one of the best albums of all time, and I think side 1 is in contention for one of the best sides, or if the best side ever, because we go Secondhand News to Dreams to Never Going Back Again to Don't Stop to Go Your Own Way. And if it stopped there, I would tell you that's the best ever. But it's got Songbird on it, which is still a good song.
Yeah.
But if I'm saying this is the greatest side ever, it diminishes it just slightly. But this album is fantastic. The story behind it, go watch our review for it. Everybody's doing coke, Trey. No one's getting along. People getting divorced and breaking up. It's one of those things. But in the middle of all of that, it became one of the greatest albums ever.
No, man, yeah, we did a listening party to this a few months back. I mean, it's just one of those that's an all-time classic, and I think will continue to be rediscovered by generations in the decades to come, for sure, man.
It's unreal.
And my first pick, man, gonna be by a group that isn't the most popular. They're obviously not on the Fleetwood Mac level, but I'm going the group Television and their debut record Marquee Moon. Kind of a bit of a blend of kind of some post-punk, even touch of just regular rock. I really love the guitar work all over this album by the lead man Tom Verlaine, and then Richard Lloyd on guitar as well. The title track, I think, is one of the best songs of the decade, a 10-minute epic in Marquee Moon. And you have other greats like Torn Curtain, Venus, Elevation, See No Evil. This might be one that some haven't checked out, but I think if you do, you'll really be impressed by the guitar work.
I was going to pick this album. I was very sad when you came out with it at number 1. I was like, I bet I could sneak Marquee Moon in there at about 3 on my list, but I could not, Trey. So what do you got at 2?
Well, 2 kind of shifting. We're going a little Pink Floyd action with Roger Waters' really pointed kind of a commentary at Margaret Thatcher and just the UK politics at the time. It's Animals. You really have 3 epic long songs, and then they book it and ended by Pigs on the Wing Part 1 and 2, just a little acoustic number there. So this isn't at the level of like a Dark Side or a Wish You Were Here, but I'd put it right below that. And if you don't get behind the concept, you might not have it as high as I do, or vibe with it. But I just think the work, especially on Dogs and Sheep, is just fantastic, and I like the way that tracks kind of play off each other, and it really does feel like a true concept record, not just in name but in substance.
I agree with that, and that's the one we were running through part of their discography, doing reviews of them. That's the one that didn't really hit for me. Spoiler alert, I gave it a 7. Took a lot of heat for it, but I stand by it. Still a really good album. My next album, my number 2, The Stranger, Billy Joel, his 5th studio album, best-selling album, and Last Chance, as his previous album, only went to 122. Columbia is going to release him from his record contract, almost like a Springsteen Born to Run situation back in 75. Yeah. Put up or shut out. We got Moving Out, The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant in Vienna, Only the Good Die Young, She's Always a Woman. 9 songs, and 7 of them are absolutely top flight. And in my mind, Mr. William Joel's best album, just fantastic. Next up, my 3rd pick, Elvis Costello, My Aim Is True, debut, recorded in 4 6-hour sessions. So it was recording 24 hours, just not consecutively, for around 2,000 pounds back then. There wasn't a big budget, makes it more amazing. Of course, we got Welcome to the Working Week and Allison, but very, very consistent album. Early Elvis is just absolutely on point.
No, and what I like about Costello, too, so many of these songs are, in the 2.5 minute range or whatever. It's a very easy listen.
It moves.
But very, a record you could throw on and, 30 minutes pass, and it's a good time, man. It's a good time. And my 3rd pick here, going going with a gentleman that has appeared on a couple other lists, and probably his most famous studio record. It's going to be Exodus by Bob Marley and the Wailers, recorded in London, Dad, after an assassination attempt on Marley's life, forced him to kind of exile out, which is where you get the name Exodus from the title here. So it has that kind of political charge to a lot of religious type of lyrics in there, and love and sex and whatnot, all kind of blended in. You have the title track, which is a great kind of longer jam, and then you have some of Marley's biggest hits, Waiting in Vain, Three Little Birds, One Love, and Jamming. So man, there's a lot on here. Probably a good starting point if you've never dove into the great work of Bob Marley and the Wailers. And then gonna go now to a debut record by one of the only band that ever mattered, according to their fans. We got The Clash,
it's
baby.
True. We got a few reactions of songs there was up, and man, they got a strong fan base.
No, they do, man. This is where Joe Strummer and company really made their mark, man, with their debut here. You were mentioning the Elvis Costello. This, Dad, was only recorded for 4,000 pounds.
So yeah, twice as much money as Elvis. These guys put out some albums with no money. Man.
Some of the big hits on here, big kind of just punk rock staples even to this day. Janie Jones, Remote Control, White Riot, London's Burning, Career Opportunities, and then the closer, Garageland. It just has that punk spirit, that politically charged nature, those riffs that just capture you from first listen. And man, shout out to The Clash, man. Always down for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Now, I'm going to go with number 4. I'm going to go with the great Jackson Browne, Running on Empty, his 5th album, but has some themes to it. It's an interesting album. Themes around life on the road. The entire album was recorded on tour, either live on stage or in locations associated with the touring, backstage, tour buses, hotel rooms.
I like that.
It's unusual among live albums in that none of the tracks had ever appeared on a previous studio album. He was a sole writer, though, on only 2 songs, and Jackson's one of the best songwriters, in my opinion, of the 60s and 70s, because he started writing stuff in the 60s. Co-writing 4 others and covering another 4. 7 times platinum. His best-selling album, you got the title track, which might be my favorite song of his, and Cocaine, to name a couple. And then, Trey, we're going to get to a David Bowie album, but it's not the David Bowie album that everyone's like, why is this album not showing up yet? Well, it still hasn't shown up yet. Maybe Trey will take it with his last pick. But I got Heroes, 12th studio album, came after Low, which is the album I'm so slyly trying to talk about. But in my opinion, it's better. You got Eno, collaborate with him some, Tony Visconti, a producer, middle of the Berlin trilogy. Only one to be recorded entirely in Berlin, though. Same MO, some instrumentals, on the second side. Title track is absolute greatness. Some people think it's his greatest song, and so that alone elevates it over Low for this guy.
No, man, I like what you have to say there. I'll touch on it because Low didn't make mine either. I know for some people, it's in our community, it's one of their...
but they're like number 1 or 2, even over Rumours.
Yeah, but that Low, I really enjoy that A side, but the B side, the instrumentals kind of lose me here a little bit. And I'm with you. I prefer Heroes just a little bit
it's
over it as well, man. Very different slice of Bowie, where not my favorite side of Bowie, but I still really enjoy the just the risk that he took on that. But
now you're going to take the other album that people have been waiting on.
Exactly.
I like that.
My last pick here, wrapping it up with the great Steely Dan with maybe their most acclaimed record with Aja. The first 3 songs here are absolute fire, and Steely Dan classics and staples. Black Cow, the title track, and Deacon Blues, one of my favorite Steely Dan songs right there. You got a comfortable blend of that jazz with the soft kind of yacht rock that has made Steely Dan famous and popular even all this time later, man. Josie works as a breezy closer. Fagan and Becker just they did it again, man. They did it again. So that's gonna wrap it up. But we got some honorable mentions here, Dad.
We do. We got Low from Bowie. For you guys, ELO, Out of the Blue, great album.
Another double record that man, it's I listened to that recently for the first time, and I was impressed, man. Not that I dislike ELO, but I was impressed they were able to fill a double album, make it that well.
Yeah, and you got Dennis Wilson, Pacific Ocean Blue, very underrated. Got a review of that. I've got Alan Parsons' project, iRobot, did one of those reviews for Trucker Kev, one of our patrons. So we got a lot of good stuff. What else you got?
Talking Head 77. It hurt me to leave that off. Psycho Killer, one of the great songs of the year. Speaking of punk, Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bullocks. Here comes the Sex Pistols. Never been as high on that record as a lot of people, but man, you know, still got to tip your cap to it. Peter Gabriel's debut record, a little Salisbury Hill action on that
Such
bad
a great
boy.
Song.
Brian Eno, Before and After Science, he keeps his great run up. Ramones, Rocket to Russia, a fantastic record. Iggy Pop did a little 1-2 punch as well. I prefer Lust for Life over his record Tonight, but both are worth seeking out. And then a little Afrobeat, Fela Kuti, Zombie, to kind of finish off the honorable mentions here.
Well, there you got it. You have it. So give us your favorites down below, and also tell us who you think won. A reminder, we're back here every week going year by year. And if you'd like to support us in any way and keep this thing going, our patrons allow us to do that. Check out the Patreon link below or the one on the end screen that is about to hit. And 77 is loaded.
Yeah, man. And until next time, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Happy listening, and we will see you.